शारदा शारदाम्बुजे वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं क्रियात्. वैदिक विश्वविद्यालये संस्कृतमेव भाषणं करणीयं. तत्र गैर्वाण्यमध्ये भावप्रकटनं करणीयमेव अवश्यम्. अद्य विश्ववैदिक विज्ञान सम्मेलने अहं भागं कृत्वा मम अंशः आङ्ग्लभाषायां मध्ये प्रस्तुतं करोमि. The management principles from Kautilya'S Arthashastra. Kautilya or Chanakya or Vishnugupta was born in Takshashila 350 to 283 BCE. He was a scholar, writer, philosopher, strategist, economist and royal counselor. He played a key role in advising Chandragupta during his conquest and his ascending to the throne of Pataliputra to lay the foundation of Mauryan Empire. Bharat, being the oldest civilization, has contributed ancient knowledge and wisdom to the world. And scholars of different parts of the world used to study subjects like philosophy, Darshana Shastra, material sciences and metaphysics, among others. It's called as Vishwaguru. Mahabharata, Puranas, and this Bharat is the home of ancient rishis, sages and saints, and the Vedas, Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, and great epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas teach not only the richness to the humanity as a whole, but also contain material knowledge like economics, management, political science, etc. And the Artha Shastra also deals many more such subjects. The Indian system of thinking is to achieve Chaturvida Purusharthas, that is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So also we follow such business model for ultimate growth and prosperity of the business of the organization. Chanakya's works are Arthashastra, Niti Shastra and Chanakya Niti. Arthashastra deals with subjects like political economy and government, monetary policy, trade, welfare, forestry, weights and measures, agriculture, canons of taxation, law and military strategy, each focusing on different areas of governance. These principles are very much relevant to the contemporary world and management. Arthashastra is the oldest text on management. The creation and management of wealth is the subject matter of the text. It deals with management subjects like corporate governance, human resource management, financial management, accounting, and strategic management. The following 5 sutras, aphorisms of Kautilya explains about the principles of management in the organization. Sukasya moolam dharmaha. The basis of happiness is righteousness or ethics. Dharmasya moolam arthaha. The basis of righteousness or ethics is resources. Arthasya moolam rajyam. The basis of resources is kingdom. Rajya moolam indriya jayaha. The organization or enterprise is rooted in conquering the senses. Indriya Jayasya Moolam Vinayam. Conquering organs, the Indriyas, is rooted in training and discipline. So if you could see this Sukti or the Niti Sutras propounded by Artha Kautilya, lot of importance is given to the character in wealth management, acquisition, etc. In our scriptures, needless to say, including Arthashastra, Dharma is at the altar, it is the foundation on which the other Purusharthas will have to be achieved. This has to be noted by us. And Kautilya explained vision, mission and motivation as Prabhu Shakti, vision, Mantra Shakti, mission and Uchaha Shakti, motivation in his text. Just like our mother, that Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, like that. Here also, the Rishi has already given these three kinds of vision, mission and motivation. So these principles are applicable to human resource management practitioners to manage the internal dynamics of a firm and drive performance. So coming to the mission statement, the mission statement is a statement of a company's purpose. If mission outlines what the company is attempting to achieve at the present time, its vision offers a view of what the enterprise might become. When we compare the Western thinkers on management like Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, they have adopted the concept of goals of king as explained in the Arthashastra. So let us examine some of the Kautilya's views on rule of a king, economic performance, and organization structure, and other areas touching the principles of management, which is the topic of the day. So now Kautilya's view of rule by a king. So king has got 4 things to be observed. That is, he has to acquire power, consolidate what he has been acquired, then expand what has been acquired, and enjoy the power. These are the 4 cardinal principles that the king has to observe as per the view of Kautilya. Then Peter Drucker's view of economic performance. So making the business effective, identifying the potential and realizing it, making it a different business for the future. So now coming to the organization structure, because in every organization, just like a skeleton to the human body, so also to an organization structure or hierarchy defining the relations of superior and subordinate will have to be defined. So here the organization structure, the first stands king. He has the supreme power and source of all authority. He appoints Amatya and Mantri Parishad, that is Council of Ministers. That is number 1, king. And under him there is Amatya, the Prime Minister. He performs or operates the day-to-day machinery of the state through a council of officials. And from Amatya, under him there is Mantris, that are called ministers, Senapatis, looking after the defense system, then Purohit, Chief Justice, and then Yuvraj. He is the legal heir to succeed the throne. Then under him there is Tirthas. Tirthas were the highest category of officials in administration, that is 18 were there. And we can call now as principal secretaries, like that when you come to the modern concept. So this Tirtha concept perhaps would have been borrowed from Kautilya'S Arthashastra by the modern thinkers and even the administrators. The Adhyaksha, under Tirthas there is the Adhyaksha. Adhyaksha is ranked next only to Tirthas. There were 20 Adhyakshas. They had economic and military functions. So in management also, you see, it is the question of M4. So what is the management? Management is the art of getting things done and through and with people as defined by the Peter Drucker. So the first M speaks of material, men, machinery, and then money. These are the 4 areas called functional areas of management, which is production management, human resource management, financial management, and last one is the overall management of the organization, top brass. So these are the cardinal principles, and here also we find this kind of classification when you just look at the organization structure as propounded by or as defined by the Kautilya. So now let us examine some of the qualities to be possessed by Mantri according to Kautilya. When I say Mantri there, here it comes as CEO or the managing director or chairman of a company when you compare with the MNCs, multinational companies. So let us examine some of the things. One is, Kautilya laid emphasis on training the staff of government machinery. The qualities of a Mantri for appointing him are enumerated below. He must be a Drudachittaha. He should have power of concentration. Then he should have good character, Shilavan. So, Drudachittaha, Shilavan, Prajna. He must have good thinking capabilities. Then Vangmi. He should have good intercommunication or interpersonal or communication skills. And then Daksha. It is nothing but observation and vigilance part. These are the qualities that is to expected of a Mantri. So then, Kautilya's understanding of human behavior is truly amazing. He advises Swami, the king, on 6 emotional demons to avoid and makes his ministers avoid them as well. He makes it clear that sometimes these 6 emotional demons often interfere in sound decision making in all operations. In Ramayana also, we find that decisions are not to be taken when we are in perturbed mood. The modern managers too will have to observe this for taking judicious decisions, since it involves long-term ramifications and wastage of resources. The emotional devils identified by Kautilya in decision making are, one is just like Arishad Vargas of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada. Here there is some change. One is Kama, lust or greed, then Krodha, anger, then Lobha, greediness, then Manaha, that Mana, vanity, Ahankara, then Mada, haughtiness, then Harsha, overjoy. So, therefore, these things will have to be taken care of when we are taking a decision. Then, he has identified the qualities of a decision maker, how minutely he has gone. In no other literature, including the Western psychology, we find this kind of classification or going deeper into the what is called the quality of a human being or a manager or the persons who are at the helm of affairs at the top brass at the time of taking decision. So next one is business. Now, because we are concerned with the principles of management with reference to business, and what are the cardinal principles that was actually given by the Kautilya, the Machiavelli of the West, to us. So coming to this, the business is viewed as legitimate and integral part of society according to Vedic philosophy. But essentially, it should create wealth for the society through the right means of action. Sarva Lokahitam. In the Vedic literature, referred to as well-being of all the stakeholders. This means, and here also in Shanti Mantras also we have this Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Vadrani Vasyandu, Makachit. These are the Shanti Mantras which is a part and parcel of our culture. So each and every day we use it to have this kind of what is Shanti Mantra Pata also. This means an ethical and social responsibility system must be fundamental and functional in business undertakings. In simple sense, the organization would sustain long-term advantages and obtain profits if it conducts its business ethically and be socially responsible. Vedic literature on business states as follows, and this is derived from Atharva Veda 3:24, 5th sloka. May we together shield each other, and may we not be envious towards each other. Wealth is essentially a tool and its continuous flow must serve the welfare of the society to achieve the common good of the society. This is Atharva Veda. And coming to there are four principles of management which I identified, and the first one is definition and the basic elements of management. It is 1:1542 in Kautilya'S Artha, first chapter. These are the 5 points. The means of starting undertakings, that is assigning our projects, the excellence of men and materials, suitable apportionment of place and time, provision against failure, accomplishment of the work. So these are the 5 principles, elements of management as defined in chapter 1 of the Kautilya'S Arthashastra. In second one is wealth creation and wealth management. So the objective of any, in the introduction we have already seen that dharma, artha, kama, moksha are the chaturvida purusharthas, and all the other depends only on dharma. So here in wealth creation and wealth management also, this principle automatically is to be followed mutatis mutandis. So the objective of any king, that is the leader or a state or organization, is to create, expand, protect and enjoy wealth based on dharma. Be ever active in the management of the economy, because the root of wealth is economic activity. Inactivity brings material distress. Without an active policy, both current prosperity and future gains are destroyed. This is 1.19, 35-36 slokas. Then wealth will slip away from foolish person who continuously consults the stars, for wealth is the star of wealth. What will stars do? Capable men will certainly secure wealth at least after 100 trials. That is 9th chapter, 4th sloka. So this all speaks about that the leader should be a good motivator, and he should exhibit the qualities of leading the very purpose, and he should influence by his behavior the followers so that the organizational goals in a business can be achieved. And if the king or the CEO or the managing director or the chairman or head of the organization is indolent, is a lazy, automatically the subjects to follow. And therefore, the inspiration and motivation will have to come from the leader. Then handling employees. In the happiness of the subject lies the benefit of the king, and in what is beneficial to the subjects is his own benefit. In this one. This theory of motivation also, as we all know, samadhana, danda, beda. These are the 4 things. One is sama is nothing but counseling, dana, offering gifts, then dandaha, that is last, dandam dashagunam bhaved. Also we learned from our teachers. Then bedaha, creating split. So these are the 4 what is called theories or the methods of getting the works done through the employees by a superior. So the king, he says regarding the dandaha, the king severe with rod, that is punishment, becomes a terror. A king with mild rod is despised. The king just with the rod is honored. So he should not actually go for punishment for trivial things, but there should be an indication that if mistakes are committed, he is going to be punished. Then automatically they will do their work in a smooth manner. The leader should hold inspection constantly of their works, to the men being constant in their mind. Next, a wage is for work done, not for what is not done. So the payment of wages also, I tell you, the taxes, the canons of taxation, and in one sloka I read, Vetanancha vilambana nadiyate. Whenever there is arrears to be paid to the government employees, the government should be very careful in paying the same, at the appropriate time when it becomes due. So the king should take care of this particular dues to be paid to the employees, because this is going to make them well motivated to do their work, and also we can extract more work from them. So that is very, very important. Next one is regarding the leadership. Some of the things are, and in the leadership point, there is this accounting system also he has beautifully explained. The leader should check the accounts for each day, group of 5 days a week, fortnight, month, quarterly and year. My dear friends, generally we prepare the day book, then coming to the journal entries, then ledger, then trial balance, balance sheet. These are the steps in preparation of accounts, annual accounts, and every organization prepares annual accounts, and that will be actually audited by the CAG or the appropriate AG of the state. So this also has been explained, that a constant and regular watch over the accounting system followed in the organization is to be taken care of by the head of the office. Next one is, the leader should check the income and expenditure with reference to the period, place, time, head of income and expenditure, the source of income, bringing forward the quantity, the payer paid, the person causing payments to be made, the recorder and the receiver. So this tells about the perfect way of recording the transactions in the books of account, which is subject to scrutiny at a later date by the what is called inspecting authorities. So much emphasis was laid on the maintenance of the accounts part by Kautilya in his Arthashastra. Then there is competition and strategy also. We call it a SWOT analysis. Generally in the organizations, we make strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. This is called SWOT analysis. And here he says in 9th chapter, first sloka, after ascertaining the relative strength or weakness of powers, place, time, rewards in rear, losses, expenses, gains and troubles of himself and of the enemy, the conqueror should march. So this is an indication about the SWOT analysis. Next, he also told about the 7 pillars of business success. The 7 pillars he explained. First one is Swami. Swami means the king or the leader. The leader is the visionary and the captain, the man who sets the vision and the direction. In present corporate world, he is known as the director, CEO, chairman, etc., etc. So there are 3 levels of management, namely lower level, middle level, and strategic or top level. So the management policies are framed by the top level and they are being implemented at the middle and lower level. So here he says that he should be a visionary. What is vision? Vision is nothing but the purpose for which the organization is started, number 1. It is a short-term goal. But vision means over a period of years what you want to become, and that is called the vision. So it will is a long-term goal of the organization, or the dream or the purpose which they are going to realize at a later period with long duration. So in Amatya means the minister, as we have already seen. The manager is the person who is the second in command. His job is to take the ship in the right direction to achieve the vision as set out by the leader. Then Janapada means the country, that is market. Business exists to serve markets. Markets represent the area of operations. It is the market to whom one sells his product or service and from where revenue is generated. So in Janapada, the markets are created, and therefore buying and selling activities are taken place, and the revenue of the generation will come from this particular source in the villages. And Kosha means it is a treasury. So now finance in any organization is the lifeblood of any organization. Every organization must have a strong and well managed treasury or finance department. So generally, he also told that there should be these honest and people beyond doubt, and that integrity should be posted as a Koshadhikari. Then Dandaha. Danda means it is nothing but the army or the team, and they comprise the lower section to upper level like executives, managers, salesmen, accountant, foremen, workers, even the driver and the peon. So here, this also speaks about the layers of management. So one is top level, middle level and lower level. In Dandaha, it deals with the middle to down. Then Mitraha, he is a mentor. He is a friend, philosopher and acts as a guide. He gives solution to problems. He works as the mentor. So as per the thoughts of great thinkers, Arthashastra is a book about the management of the human mind. Human beings require self-control, discipline and management to empty their minds, which are filled with evils of ego, jealousy and hatred. This Kautilya believed wisdom-based management rather than knowledge-based management. Three fundamental objectives are reflected in his work: good governance, promotion of the welfare of the subjects, which leads to good economy, that is acquisition of wealth, and which in turn allows or the expansion of territory. So, an ideal king is one who behaves like a sage monarch, that is Rajarshi, who is ever active in promoting the yogatshema of the people and who endears himself to the people by enriching them. The word yoga kshema is a combination of yoga, which means successful accomplishment of an objective, and kshema means peaceful enjoyment of prosperity. An effective leader brings to the subjects and to him material gain, spiritual good and pleasures. So, last but not least, there is the concept of postcard by Ruther Gullich. He says planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, then reporting and budgeting. These are called the principles of management, and they say planning is looking ahead and control is looking back. These are the two sides of a coin. Then without coordination, no organization marches. So these are the fundamental things as per the modern management thinkers. And now, based on that post-garb only developed by Ruther Gullich, Kautilya also has given in detail about the same concept in a different way. So, if you could study the Kautilya'S Arthashastra, I find that Arthashastra topics are very, very less. It mostly deals with the political science, political aspects, even the spying system, how the taxes are to be collected. He says the taxes are to be collected just like taking the ripened fruit. If it is unripened, if you just take it out, then it will not be useful for consumption, and therefore the tree also will not have that phala. So this is how, so beautifully, even the modern the public finances and other management thinkers and the policy makers will have to look at the nonsense or the principles laid down in Kautilya'S Arthashastra. So one should be very lucky to study this kind of Shastra, because touching Shastra itself, one should have Purjanma Sukrita, and we are all blessed by our Guru, and we have really been very happy, and now we are making study of this what is called Dasopanishads also. How beautifully we are very lucky to go through and all that. So in conclusion, the business model and management are purely based on universal good, and that all the stakeholders should share and enjoy the profits in the ethical business run by the entrepreneur. Dharma is the altar and foundation on which the other Purusharthas are based, and valued based management is the unique feature of the Indian organizations. Thus, Kautilya'S Arthashastra is very much relevant to the contemporary society. Profit making alone is not the somnum bonum or the purpose of the business of Indian contest. It is looking at the equal wage and the fair wage and the minimum wage to be paid to the employee, and recognition of giving promotions. All these are nothing but a part and parcel of recognizing the value of human resources. Of all the resources in the management, human resource is very, very important, because that is the only driving force. The rest of the other resources, such as the machines, then raw material and other things, are static in nature. Therefore, it is the human resource management which is very beautifully portrayed, and especially the psychological part of the worker is being touched by Kautilya'S Arthashastra, and one should be very lucky to study that. So, I am very happy to take part in this presentation, and I pay my respect to respected Gurujis, and I am very lucky that my Guru, I sat along with my Guru and having opportunity to deliver this kind of a talk. So that is the Guru Shakti. That is why, that is Ajnanandatimarasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chuchur Neetam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Akanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Yena Chara Charam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. So, it is the grace of Guru. So धन्यवादः. अद्य पत्रसमर्पणं मध्ये एकं विद्यार्थिरूपेण तत्र आगत्य विश्वविद्यालयं मध्ये कृतवान्. दोषः भवति चेत् क्षम्यतां चेत्. ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो वेंकटेशाय. हरि ओम तत्सत्.